then backed it up with a victory over Derek Smoke Gainer. Pacquiao!
There's that left hand.
Comes in with a...
Marquez has been down before against some pretty good fighters. Fred Norwin knocked him down. Daryl Pigney, a good German fighter, knocked him down. But he appears to be all right here. Well, this is...
Down goes Marquez again with another left.
Fight.
He didn't even get started and Pacquiao was all over him.
Pagkatapos sa eksplosibong pagkapanalo ng ating pabansang kamao na si Manny Pacquiao kontra kay Marco Antonio Barrera, hinamon kaagad nito si Juan Manuel Marquez na sa mga panahong iyon ay hawak ni Marquez ang WBE and IBF featherweight titles para subukan sanang sungkitin ito. Ginanap ang kanilang laban sa MGM Grand Garden Arena sa Las Vegas, Nevada, USA noong May 2004 sa ilalim ng Top Rank Promotion. Sa first round pa lang, parang binuhusan ng malamig na tubig si Marquez dahil pinabagsak lang naman ito kaagad ni Pacquiao. Di lang isa, kundi 3 beses lang naman. Masasabi nga nating isang matalino at magaling na boksingero itong si Marquez dahil sa kasunod na mga round ay madali lang itong naka-adjust sa pagiging aggressive style ni Pacquiao gamit ang kanyang counter puncher style para makabawi sa laban. Kaya sa huli, naging split draw decision ang resulta ng kanilang laban. Kaya tara na at ating balikan ang kanilang laban.
He's not a runner.
No.
He has a lot of movement.
Well, what do you think the keys to this fight are, Lester?
Well, I think for Marquez, he's got to establish that jab early. The way Marco Antonio Barrera beat Nassim.
Good combination.
The way he beat Nassim Ahmed, establishing that jab, and against a left-hander, if you can establish that jab against him, it'll help him a lot. And keep Pacquiao off of him, he'll be able to land those combinations and those counter punches.
What's the Pac-Man got to do?
Now the Pac-Man's got to do what he always does. He's got to rush. He's got to rush in. He's got to be careful not to get too reckless though, because he can get hurt by Marquez. He's a big puncher, and he's got to use his speed advantage. He's got to be careful not to stay inside too long. But he's got to be careful when he throws that left hand, which is a very powerful left hand, not to overcommit.
Another good combination from Juan Manuel Marquez. 30-year-old fighter who waited a long time to win those titles. Finally got one against Manuel Medina right here in Las Vegas, February 1st of last year. Then backed it up with a victory over Derek Smoke Gainer. Pacquiao!
There's that left hand.
Comes in with a left hand and puts Marquez on the seat of his pants. Just that fast.
Marquez has been down before against some pretty good fighters. Fred Norwin knocked him down. Daryl Pigney, a good German fighter, knocked him down. But he appears to be all right here. Well, this is
down goes Marquez again with another left.
But this is the first time he's been down twice in a round.
And there's a long way to go. Now his confidence has got to be shot.
Yeah, he's got to be in a little bit of trouble here. He gets knocked down again. The referee might end the fight.
He didn't even get started, and Pacquiao was all over him. That could be it.
That one hurt him.
Only 30 seconds left in the round.
I don't think he's going to make it through the round. He gets hit with another left hand, that's going to be it. But Pacquiao's got to be careful. Marquez can hurt you too. I don't know if the referee let it go if he gets knocked down for a 4th time.
15 seconds left in the round. Pacquiao just comes in and just unloads. I mean, this is no funny business whatsoever. Marquez has been down 3 times in the first round.
Before, not 3 times in a fight though, especially 1 round.
He's bleeding a lot from the nose.
Pacquiao just a lot of energy, very tough to fight him. He rushes in on you, doesn't give you a chance to set up. But he's very careless too. He's susceptible to getting knocked out himself. He's been knocked out twice as a flyweight. Although he had trouble making the weight, a lot of people said, well, he couldn't make the weight, and he was weak in the weakened state. That's why he got knocked out. I can't help but think that the guy's been knocked out twice at 112 pounds. Now he's fighting 126 when he gets hit by that big shot from Marquez. What's going to happen?
Eric Morales was talking about this fight, mentioning this is his 2nd fight, Pacquiao's 2nd fight at this weight. And exactly what you were talking about.
But you know, he moved all the way up 3 divisions from 112 to 122, and now eventually 126. But he's much stronger, shouldn't get knocked out, and he's just a lot more comfortable and stronger at 126.
Juan Manuel's got a lot of blood he knows to deal with. Oh, that's a good combination. Like you said, Pacquiao can get careless. Said it didn't hurt, shook his head.
That movement throughout a fight, but he's the one guy.
That left-handed style. Marquez had that right hand sitting there ready to unload it, and he's going to need it.
Boy, his nose is all busted up.
Yeah, it's bad. He's in a lot of pain every time he gets hit.
Marquez is not establishing any kind of a jab here. He really has a chance. Pacquiao really doesn't have much of a jab himself. So if you can establish a good jab against him, it can really be effective. But Marquez has no jab at all here. He's just kind of pawing at him.
He's got a broken nose, I believe.
But he doesn't have a broken will. A big asset for Manny Pacquiao.
Manny Futch trained Michael Spinks to the championship.
That was very low.
A little bit south of the equator there. This thing is a little bit more under control now for Marquez.
I think that Pacquiao knows he just can't just rush in on Marquez without paying a price.
Boy, Pacquiao's got he's all energy, isn't he?
Oh, he really is. It'd be really good thing for Marquez to start trying to establish a body attack here. Pacquiao is so tough to hit in the head. You might as well take your shot at him in the body. I mean, you know, you hit him in the head there, but it's hard to get a clean shot at him because he's always moving away from the punch.
He's moving somewhere.
Marquez has had a lot of success throughout his career going to the body early, but he's just headhunting right now.
Well, Pacquiao walked right into that one. But Pacquiao just missed it to the left. Here he comes, gritting his teeth.
It's hard to get an advantage on Pacquiao. Just about the time you think you're backing him up, here he comes back at you again. He did that with Marco Antonio Barrera. Totally frustrating throughout the fight.
Was knocked down 3 times in the first round. He's still with us.
And he's in this round right here, too. This is a very
close good right hand from Marquez. Good right hand from Marquez.
And there may be somebody who did score a 10-6. That's a tough deficit to overcome, too.
Manny Pacquiao's in the flaming red trunks, the champion. Juan Manuel Marquez is in the white trunks now. Marquez holds 2 titles. Pacquiao calls himself the People's Champion because he beats Marco Antonio Barrera.
And of course, Barrera beat Eric Morales, who was the champion. He decided not to keep the title in his feud with the WBC. Gave up that title. So Pacquiao beat the man, but he didn't get the title.
That's right. Another 26-pound weight class. This has been the slowest paced round, but I guess they deserved a little bit of one-off.
Well, this is only early in the round. We don't know. It could turn in a hurry.
Good jab.
Pacquiao's not going to let it be slow paced for too long.
No, he doesn't have any slow gear. He really wants to throw that left.
Marquez is just being patient, trying to pick his shots. That's his style, though. His whole game is to counter the other fighter.
That's exactly what he does.
He's letting Pacquiao lead, and then he's countering. Because Pacquiao just leaves himself wide open, and that may very well be his best chance is to counter him when he comes rushing into him. And is where all his power is at. He turns it over sometimes as a hook, almost like a hook.
Good right hand. Oh. He does have a tendency to leave himself wide open. Oh, good right hand. Another one.
Pacquiao let him know. He's not hurt. I'm not so sure. He wasn't a little bit, though. That's amazing. You think he got the guy hurt?
Got him again. Left hand that time. Pacquiao's taking a whooping this time.
I'll tell you, he keeps coming back and dishing it out.
Yeah, he'll come back on you. He's not going back. He's not going to go away.
Like he's been hurt significantly at all. He's getting hit hard, but it's not buckling his knees. You don't really see any kind of effect. He just comes back on you.
Pacquiao keeps rubbing at his eye. Something's bothering him. He got backed up to the ropes. Then he fights out.
That's always his game, is to get in there, land that big punch, and get out.
I think it's a big round for the champion. Big round for the champion. The 5th round, his worst round so far. Got tagged with combinations hard 3 times at least. And now he's back to his old self. There's a counter once again. If he leaves his head out of position, Marquez has the talent as a counterpuncher.
Recovered now at this point, I believe. And all those who thought that we may be seeing the...
Good right hand. He's got Pacquiao in trouble. Pacquiao flails out of trouble. Another right hand. The champ is trying to land hard punches and counter.
Looks like Pacquiao's bleeding again, Harold. I'm sorry, Marquez is bleeding.
Looks like it could be the nose bleeding from Pacquiao.
As I was about to say, this does appear to be a candidate for the fight of the year.
Across the country, boxing writers are here because we knew what kind of a dynamite matchup this was. And we're just in the 6th round, Lester.
I don't think you've ever seen Pacquiao in a slop experience against left-handers, and that experience that he had in the past with left-handers is paying off for him right now.
Good uppercut, going to the body.
Marquez does not seem frustrated by Pacquiao's left-handed style.
Those 3 knockdowns might as well have been a year ago now, the way he is in the ring. And
yeah, but
you can tell though that Marquez has more. He has more.
Big price when Marquez counters it against him.
Marquez is a great counterpuncher, like you said, perhaps the best of the.
If he'd seen the opening, he would have brought the right hand.
Good combination, backs Pacquiao up.
Marquez is best in the world. You have to admire.
He's thinking about what happened 6 rounds ago. Thought we were headed to the buffet. Well, here we are.
Best in his corner to double up on the jab and throw that left.
He hasn't thrown anything.
He hasn't thrown anything with that left jab yet.
He hasn't thrown anything this round.
When he doesn't throw the jab, he just gets backed up.
Yep, look at that counter punching. Isn't that beautiful, folks? Beaten his last 13 fights is the lefty Manny Pacquiao, and the champion is unbeaten in his last 13 fights. He's won 11 of them by knockout. Just digging the body. That's what they want him to do.
That was a nice uppercut by Marquez as well.
For my peeps. Good uppercut. Boy, I tell you what.
Marquez just picking him apart.
Marquez is just picking him.
He's got his number now. One of the websites had a computer fight. They had Manny Pacquiao winning a fight in a 5th round knockout. We know that's not going to happen.
No.
In fact, when you feed all the information to the computer, they had Manny Pacquiao win the fight 79 times out of 100.
We shall see.
It doesn't look like a 79% chance he's going to win this fight right now.
It's about 50-50 right now.
I think 50-50 is a better number.
We're in the 8th round.
Also, it might have been Pacquiao's manager feeding the information in the computer.
I was about to say, was it a Filipino-made computer?
Well, his promoter, Murad Muhammad, may have financed the computer fight about what is that? I don't know what you call it a fight, because they didn't actually fight.
Under a minute left, round 8. Why do you think Pacquiao slowed down so much?
I think he knows that every time he throws a punch, he's paying for it. I mean, he can't do what he did in the first round, just go in there and start throwing those left bombs, because now that part of the fight is over, it's a new fight. And ever since the 2nd round started, Marquez has made him pay for every punch he's thrown.
Marquez swarming him now.
He let him off the hook. He had a chance to go to the body when he had him on the ropes.
He doesn't want to be on the ropes. Marquez needs to get off the ropes. Pacquiao's trying to unload the bombs. Oh, yes.
I mean, you think you've got a fight won. You can think you're winning a fight by 4 or 5 rounds, and you look up and they announce you as a loser.
Do they always get it right in Texas?
They don't get it right anywhere. They occasionally get it right in most places. And the way I see it, he's ahead by 2 points in the fight. But as we say, there could be difference of opinions for the judges.
He's backing him up.
That's where Pacquiao's corner does not want him to be with his back to the ropes. They want him coming forward. That's where he's most effective. That's where he has the power in that left hand.
Well, I can see why a lot of people over the years would have ducked Marquez with all his skills and technical ability. And here he is, featherweight champion of the world.
Well, they all ducked him. Prince Nassim Hamed actually gave up his title
not to have to fight him.
Not to have to fight him when Marquez was #1 contender in the mandatory position. Rather than fight him, he just gave it up. And probably for good reason. I think that Marquez would have done probably exactly what Marco Antonio Barrera did.
I think so too.
Fight with another fellow Mexican, Eric Morales. In fact, the winner of this fight, that's where the money's at for them, is in the fight with Eric Morales.
Well, they got to go up and get him.
Right. Got a long ways to go in this fight for somebody to win.
Boy, Marquez is just wicked with his counterpunching, just tagging you on the chin.
Turn it around.
No, he can't. Not at this point.
Although he may.
Good left hand, good right hand, excuse me. Marquez now body shot. That's what we've been waiting on.
Possibly won the last round, but a very close round. Tough to score.
Tell you what, you give Marquez an opening, you're going to get some leather. I mean, he's just deadly accurate, quick, hard-working guy.
The thing is, he can punch with both hands. Pacquiao's basically a left-hand puncher, where Marquez is a right-handed hand. He has thunder in both hands. Pacquiao he's just deadly with that left hand. But you notice he hasn't really done any damage with his right. He made a living with one hand. But if you've got two good ones like Marquez, very tough to get beat.
Oh man, look how Marquez just drills you straight in, backs you up, combinations, and stays out of harm's way. But Pacquiao did get a punch in there. Pacquiao picking up the energy now. The 10th round. Can you imagine?
It is wicked.
Can you imagine how sore Marquez's nose must be right now?
I think Marquez is a little hurt right now.
I think so too.
He could very well get dropped right here. If he does, whatever lead he might have,
it's gone.
It's gone again.
I know he's having trouble breathing.
It can't be pleasant. He's been bleeding since the first round out of that nose.
Yep, that's what I was talking. The featherweight championship of the world. A hard-fought, crowd-pleasing battle most of the way.
This fight has rematch written all over it. We've got 2 rounds to go. The talk is Manny Pacquiao wins. It's a big showdown with Eric Morales.
Yeah.
Or if Marquez wins, maybe he's the guy to fight Morales. But right now, this kind of action right here is what
Marquez, Mexico City. Wanted to be an accountant, you know.
And he's going to be counting money after tonight if he wins this fight. He's in for some big money down the road. Either fighter is in for a fight at least over $1 million with Eric Morales. I would say probably in the $1.5, $2.5 million range.
Countered. We're in the 11th round, and Marquez really impressive the way he came back from almost being out in the first round. Now, if you're a judge, is it hard to give a decision away when a guy's been down 3 times on the canvas? You know?
If you're scoring them by rounds like you're supposed to, you know, you'll forget about what happened in that first round.
He really dug a big hole for himself if he's able to come back from that.
Well, it's hard to know how they're going to score it, though. These last 2 rounds may be the determining factor.
The Pac-Man.
It almost seems
trying
like
to land that big left all night.
Almost seems like both fighters are conserving a little bit for that last round. But as we get towards the end of the round, they'll come again probably. You think it's going to be a slow round? Somebody's going to take a round off?
We got a minute left in this round.
And they start fighting.
Pacquiao just missed with big left. It's like you have a clock in your head.
You know, Marquez never has established that body attack. It looked like he was going to in the middle rounds, and then all of a sudden he just laid off of it. I think he's done himself a disservice by not going to the body. Pacquiao's open to the body, but you know, it's hard to go to the body also when you know that there's a chance a guy will land a big left-hand bomb on you.
Manny Pacquiao, 7 years younger. He's sitting around watching videotapes of the greats. Joe Frazier, Larry Holmes, George Foreman. He liked the heavyweights. Don't we all? But this is fun to watch these featherweights battle for the world title. Pacquiao can't catch him. Final 10 seconds. Pacquiao flailing away. We're going to go 12 rounds, Mr. Larry. In danger. Pacquiao landing the first hard shot. Back comes Marquez. Marquez throwing combinations. I think they're going to heat it up here, Lester.
They both know that the fight's on the line right here.
Everything they worked for on the line right here. The big fights, the $1 million fights, all coming off this fight.
Neither fighter can take a chance here that they thinking that they're ahead and they can get this round away.
Good right hand from the champ. Pacquiao's had trouble finding the range, but one punch could decide it, and he's definitely got that punch, does Manny Pacquiao.
The last great battle between a Mexican and a Filipino here in Las Vegas 22 years ago, Rolando Navarrete lost his title to Bazooka Limon in a great fight. So here we are 22 years later with two great warriors from Mexico and one from the Philippines. What may be the fight of the year?
And it's got a rematch written all over it, like you said.
Although it beats demand for the winner to fight Eric Morales, you can't help but think that the public's going to demand a rematch here.
Once again, the champ counters. Half the round gone now. Neither fighter knowing how the decision will go.
I think you're getting ready to see the pace stepped up considerably here. Both fighters are going to start throwing.
Pac-Man's hearing Manny from the Filipinos in the crowd, who came a long way. There was a good left from the champ.
And Marquez could very well be giving the fight away right here. This could be the determining round. He hasn't done anything this round to establish himself as the winner of the round.
All the effort's been from the Pac-Man. Maybe he's going to 57 seconds. He needs to get on it. Nacho, I don't know if he meant it sincerely, but he thought if he got this decision, it'd be a miracle.
It may very well be a miracle to get the decision here.
45 seconds to go in this 12-round fight. What a fight it's been. For the first time the whole fight, the 12th round, the champion's nose is not bleeding. Go figure.
Isn't that amazing? Maybe he needs for it to bleed. Maybe he fights better when he is bleeding. Our crowd's on their feet for good reason. What a great fight.
20 seconds to go. I don't know.
I don't think anybody's going to ask for their money back tonight.
No.
Maybe some people lost their bets. It was pretty much a pick 'em fight. What's it's going to end up exactly is that. Pretty much a pick 'em fight with the judges.
Those are what they scored that first round with 3 knockdowns, and that's it. Both fighters, hands in the air. What a great fight.
Jon Stewart scores it 115 to 110 for Pacquiao. Guy Jutra scores it 115 to 110 for Marquez. And Bert Clements scores the bout 113, a 3-way split. The bout is a draw. Both fighters keep their respective titles.
Okay.